How's everyone doing out there? Just want to kick something real quick. Video kind of dark. I'm going to try to lighten it up before I post it. But this was on my mind. And I'm sure a lot of people can relate. And it's, like I said, it's just general to anyone. Nothing personal to anyone or about anyone. But it's very important. Basically, we live in an era where everyone is just doing pretty much what they want to do. And in order to keep your sanity, you need to allow that to happen. Allow anyone to do whatever they want to do. That's it. Now, the good things, if it's good, if it's positive, be supportive if you could. If not, just step away. But let people do what they want to do. If it's negative, I would say, if you don't want no repercussions of it, stay far away from it. But don't ever try to nag someone, prevent someone, or even, enlighten someone about something that they're doing that is damaging or a setback or whatever. It's not, whatever it is. I feel like at this day and age, anyone can do whatever they want to do, no matter how much you care about them. But here's the thing. As long as it doesn't negatively affect you in any way. And in order for that to be true, in some instances, you have to create some type of distance, some type of protection from some of the things people will do. Because sometimes we're affiliated to people, we're associated to people, we're related to people, we're around people that do things, they make horrible decisions and do things that don't really help them progress, let alone contribute to yours. So creating a little distance and protection for yourself so that anything they do doesn't affect you anyway is necessary. You're not wrong, you're not being weird, or none of those things. Trying to get someone to see things the way you see it makes you negative. And I know that might not make sense, even if someone is doing negative things, but it honestly makes you negative because they are people who should know better, and if they don't and not willing to learn, then they actually think that is the right thing to do. So telling them that it's not, or telling them how they either spending money the wrong way, living a certain lifestyle, or fall into a trap of a terrible life ahead, you're going to sound like you're nagging. You're going to sound like you're hating. You're going to sound like you're just being negative. So, be like, okay, you're doing this. This is your life. Wish you the best. I'll be over here. So when the things they're doing blow up in their face, you're not close enough to get hit by debris. So let them be victims of their own circumstances, their own choices and decisions. But don't stay close enough to where it affects you in any way. But in some cases you can't just cut some people off. That's I know people say you can cut anyone off. You can't do that. In some instances, that is impossible. Very slim. Now, if it's detrimental to your health and your life, you might have to cut them off because your life depends on it. Your health depends on it. But if it's just creatures of habit, like let's say you got certain people in your circle or your life that doesn't like to save or spends money like they're getting it forever, and your goal is to save, being around those people, you're going to eventually get off track of what you're doing. So you don't have to cut them off, but you have to create some distance to where you're not involved in their daily habits and their, their behaviors. And that applies to anything. Like if you're trying to stop drinking and certain people love to drink, you don't have to cut them off. But there's a lot of occasions where they're gonna drink, you don't need to be there. There's occasions where drinking is probably forbidden or not necessary, and that's the ones you should be around. If necessary. If not, don't ever. But this is very important because we always hear cut people off. Yeah, no, you should create some significant distance. Depending on how big of the issue determines how much distance. Because some people you can't avoid. Like certain people, like you may have children with someone, the man could just be a criminal, living a criminal lifestyle, which I feel like is something that women should be mindful of, like the lifestyle your child father has, because eventually that can affect you in any way. And some people change, some people have their life, so of course it's not always plain sight, but I'm talking about what we can see and what we know of. They might have certain behavioral issues that could affect you, so you might have to create some distance and know what circumstances are healthy for you and them and not, and vice versa. Men with women, some women like to party, they like to make bad decisions, they like to live a certain life, shopping, and it might not be where you're going, the direction you're going. So you have a kid with them. Now you create your distance, but you don't have, I truly don't believe in having bad blood with anyone, especially because of their lifestyle choices. You could love someone, you could just be friends with them, but your love doesn't mean you have to correct them all the time. Create that distance and let them enjoy, because they're gonna enjoy it regardless. If you're not around, they're gonna enjoy it. You don't have to be around in order to make them happy, enjoying their life. That's friends, family, whatever. You don't have to be around. They're gonna do these things regardless. So create some distance and let people just do what they want. It's 2026. Everything is going up. Everything is going wild. Everything is crazy. Everything is lit. Opportunities are here. Whether you're watching it or not, are you being blinded by the glitter, the fun, the exciting fads that are going on, and you're not paying attention to creating the future that's brewing? That's on you. But the term "to each his own" is really something we should keep in effect. Just make sure you keep some distance from people, so whatever their habits, attitudes, and movements bring them, it won't affect you. Alright? I hope this made some sense. I hope it sheds some light on some people's dilemma, because we don't want to just cut people off like, oh, I can't, deal with you at all. Some people can get that. Like, don't get it twisted. Some people get cut all the way off. Like, yo, you out of here. No questions asked, no explanation. You out of here. You don't serve no purpose. Like, they got to go. But there are some people you cannot just cut off cold turkey and not associate in any way. You just got to create enough distance to where their lifestyle, their life choices, their decision making does not affect you in any way. And on the reverse, I'll probably get more in depth in another video. People who are going in the direction you want to go, try to get closer to them. Try to get more in tune with them. Like, don't be a leech, I'm saying. Don't be annoying. I'm saying get in tune with them, because people who usually do certain things enjoy other people doing it, good or bad. So when you see people doing things and living the life you want, go that way. Or stick to yourself. You could be your best company in the meantime. Being lonely is a little stressful at times, but keep the goal in mind, and then find things that remind you of what you're doing, and it'll always bring you back. All right? Stay classy.